Well, there are a few things from this quarter. The first is that DAU growth that you mentioned. MDAU grew 17% this quarter. We broke out of this range that we've been in of 9 to 15%. We accelerated our DAU growth for the third quarter in a row. This is driven by real product improvements that we've made over a series of quarters that are continuing to benefit people, helping them find what they're looking for on Twitter faster and come back more frequently. The second issue is, although advertiser sentiment remains strong, we had a couple issues this quarter. One was more pronounced seasonality than we expected in July and August, and two was some product-related issues where settings didn't work as expected. We look at all of this as a validation of our strategy. The work we're doing around our revenue products, the work we're doing on our consumer product, these are the right places for us to be spending our time right now and to advance the things that we saw this quarter.
Let's talk.
As they come to launch new products and services and to connect with what's happening. Whether you're Warner Brothers and you're showing the Joker trailer where it was seen twice as much on Twitter than it was on any other service in the first hour after they showed it. It's a great place for people to do that. But when you add it all up from July and August, it just happened to be less than we'd expected. And when you compare that to the double-digit growth that we saw return, led by the United States in the month of September, we look at it as more pronounced seasonality than we had expected. An example is the World Cup for the men in 2018, where we comped that with the Women's World Cup in 2019. Still a great event, but not one that, from an advertising perspective, brought the same amount of revenue.
What's the answer?
Well, we grew revenue 9% this quarter despite all these issues, and we delivered $824 million of revenue, most of that from advertising. We feel really good about how we carefully balance our principles around data privacy, around how privacy is a basic human right, around being transparent with people, how we'll use their data, with giving them a good experience on Twitter. Again, it's not just about the ads that they see, it's also about the tweets that we show them and making sure that they're relevant and they're having a good experience finding the things that they're looking for on the service. In the end, we come back to our principles when we make these decisions, despite or because of regulation and discussions around regulation that happen all around the world. We feel like so much is in our control, and we choose to be principled and transparent in how we use people's data. And we still feel like we're able to give a good experience and grow the business over time as well.
You know, it's bad enough to have to get up in your time, 5 a.m., to be on a conference call to talk about these things. But even after the call, the stock is still down 17%. Are you surprised?
You know, if I don't know how to judge the share price from one day to another, but when I look at our performance over long periods of time, we feel really good about the progress that we're making. When I look at this quarter, as frustrated as we are about some of the things that happened that were in our control, as much as we wish that we foresaw some of the more pronounced seasonality than we saw, we're so proud of the DAU growth, which is how we get to serving our purpose of getting the whole world to use Twitter and serving the public conversation. And it really validates our strategy that by innovating faster on the consumer product, by helping people find what they're looking for, by rebuilding our ad server and coming out with a better version of MAP, that we'll be able to deliver even better for people over time. When we think about this quarter in the context of consistency, whether it's the consistent growth in our headcount against our top priorities, the consistency of our strategy and our prioritization, the consistency of DAU growth, and despite these issues, the way we were able to continue to deliver for advertisers, we feel really good about the progress that we've made, yet we still feel accountable for the issues that came up, and we intend to address them.
Ned, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. It's great to see you.